back with Coffee Buddy. Today, what I would like to do is to code a bunch of the defaults into our style sheet first. So on the second page of our design document, I've got the font usage here. So we're going to be using the Google font Montserrat for basically everything, and then the headings will be this Lily script font. So I've included an import rule, an import at rule for our CSS file, and let's get to coding. So here's my index that I created in the last video, and my style.css file is already open. So I'm going to paste that import rule at the top, and now I can just test things. So if I say H1 font family Lily script, let's see if that works. Does not. Oh, Lily script 1 is the name of the font. So let's just paste that property right there, save it, and then I'm going to come back to my web browser and refresh. There we go. The H1 Coffee Buddy is now in Lily script 1. I'm using Firefox developer version to preview my site here. And if I inspect the element, if I right click Coffee Buddy and choose inspect element, it opens up the developer tools. In the developer tools, I can see that my H1 is highlighted, and below that I can see the style that's being applied. So my H1 rule is showing font family Lily 1 script or cursive, and that's what I'm looking for. So the import rule is an easy way to add your Google fonts, but there's another way. So I'm going to show that. I'll demonstrate that next. So I'm just going to copy that link and then delete that import at rule. And now I'm going to jump back over to my index page. And in front of my styles.css, before that link, I'm going to apply another link. And for the href, I'm going to paste the fonts.googleapi.com. If I save that and refresh my page, it should still work. So I can see Coffee Buddy H1 is here, and my font family is Lily 1 script. When I refresh my page, it's become a habit to do a hard refresh, which refreshes the cache as well. So just be aware that you may need to change your settings in your debug tools to reset the cache when you're debugging. Here we go. So in Firefox Developer, there's disable HTTP cache when toolbox is open, and that will always require a refresh of your CSS file when you refresh the page with the dev tools open. I've just adopted the shortcut for that, so I don't really think about it. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into my styles.css, and I'm actually going to delete this. The first thing I want to code is my default, some of my default settings. So I'm going to add a root rule set, and I'm going to set the font size to 16 pixels. So in this project, I'm going to use REM for my text sizes, and those are relative units, and they're going to be relative to this 16 pixels here. So now I'm going to use the wildcard operator and create a rule set for just everything. The wildcard, the little asterisk here, the star, Shift 8, this selects everything. This is a CSS selector that is applied to everything on your page. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the box sizing property, and I'm going to set that to the keyword border box. This is just kind of a standard thing that you see a lot, and what it does is it changes the way that padding and margins are calculated to be a little consistent. And then I'm going to set my default font to that Montserrat, or if something goes wrong, just sans serif. So let's save that, and let's go check out what these two rules do right out of the gate. Okay, so everything got a little bit bigger, and our font changed. So that could be Montserrat, it could be the font size. I'm also going to set the font weight to 400, because that's what I've imported from Google. Okay, so now my H1s are no longer bold. Let's override that. So if I use an H1 in an H2 selector and change the font family, oops, to that Lily one, actually, for this one, I'm going to go copy and paste it again. Here we go. So Lily script 1 or cursive. And we can refresh and see how that looks. There we go. So now our headings are using the Lily 1 font, and the regular text is Montserrat. I'm going to add one more rule, and this is going to be an HTML rule set. In here, I'm going to set some other defaults. So instead of using black for my default color, I'm going to make the color of any elements 222. And it's kind of a dark gray, so it's not 100% black. I'm also going to adjust the line height. So the line height is like the spacing between the lines, and I'm going to set this to 2. So we'll sort of be double spacing our fonts. There we go. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of line spacing in the design document. You scroll up. And I'm not trying to do a pixel perfect design here, but I just thought that it looks like it's about a double space that's been applied. So I'm going to keep that here as my default. So there's other defaults you can program in, but I'm going to kind of keep it short and simple and just try and match my design doc and go from there. So I'm going to sign off, and next time we will tackle one of the components here. Thanks for watching.